Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I want to share a very big market update. Over the past few days there have been some massive shifts in policies that I think are going to define the best investment opportunities that we are going to have as traders and investors over the next decade, and today I wanted to talk to you about it. So the opportunity will be found in cryptos over the next decade, but specifically Bitcoin. And in a minute, I'm going to talk about the reasons why I think this time it is different. People have bought cryptos and then the cryptos have not done well and they've lost a lot of money. But I sincerely believe that this time around is different. And in a minute, I'm going to explain to you why this time buying cryptos and then keeping them is actually going to end up in something very profitable. Probably going to be even a game changer. Yeah, the first big update is that the Securities and Exchange Commission of the United States of America has approved the request by Nasdaq Incorporated to trade options, Bitcoin options, on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange. Now, I'm sure most of you will be wondering how this affects you. Okay, so what this significant shift in policy means is that the Securities and Exchange Commission has legitimized Bitcoin, so to speak, for trading. So what this means is that this has lent some credibility to the assets and is going to make a lot of people flock into the assets. People who were skeptical about these assets like cryptos and all that, because the US Securities and Exchange Commission has placed a stamp of approval on this asset, it means that money is going to flow into this asset. And if money is going to flow into this asset, then it means that this asset is only on the way up because people are going to hold it as a store of value in the years to come. Before I go to the second big update, I want to use this opportunity to help all those aspiring to learn forex trading or trading professionally. So I'm running a free course for all of you viewers who are interested in learning how to trade the markets like the professionals do. So there's a link in my description that you can check, click on it, fill the form, and then we'll get in touch. The same link is going to be pinned in the comment section of this YouTube video. So make sure you click on it and then fill the form if you are interested. Only if you are interested in learning forex trading like a professional. So the second update I want to talk about is the policy shifts of the United States Federal Reserve Bank. Now, the Federal Reserve has started an interest rate cutting cycle, and this is huge, this is massive. In fact, they are projected to cut rates all the way until the end of 2025, and the markets are pricing in at least 150 basis points of rate cuts. Now, what does this mean for you and me? Now, what this means is that the era of easy money is back. What does easy money mean? So the way that the Federal Reserve influences people or investors is that, for instance, if interest rates on your treasury bills or your fixed deposits are high, then it means that you have more incentive to keep money in the bank. Now, what the Federal Reserve is doing now is that they are cutting interest rates, which is making saving in the banks not attractive anymore. So what ends up happening is that people move money away from the banks. They buy assets with it. So they could buy ETFs, they could buy stocks, they could buy currencies and what have you. This is a tool that the central banks use to make people spend. Okay, some central banks even go to the extent of penalizing you when you keep money in the bank accounts. You understand? All this is meant to boost spending. So when these policies are in place, ordinary people take money out of the banks and then they buy assets. And this is huge for cryptos. Whenever there's an interest rate cut cycle, the assets start increasing in value. So assets like Bitcoin, assets like stocks, what have you. A similar thing happened in 2020. You realize that when the Federal Reserve cut interest rates, the stocks went up, cryptos went up, oil went up. You understand? So it's a similar thing that we envisage this year happen. Once they begin to cut, it is massive, really, really massive. In fact, one prominent hedge fund manager called Anthony Scaramucci has gone ahead to even predict that the price of Bitcoin could reach $100,000 by the end of this year. As I make this video, Bitcoin is around 64,000 US dollars. So for those of you who would be interested in buying Bitcoin, if it's for the short term, around this time of the year, from this time to the end of the year, is usually positive for Bitcoin. Over the past years, the average increment of Bitcoin over this past 10 years has been around 80% thereabouts. Okay, yeah. So if you are thinking about the short term in Bitcoin, maybe holding Bitcoin for a few months, then it's the right time to buy. I mean, anytime around beginning of October all the way to the end of the year, it's a good time to buy. Also, if you are holding for the long term, it's still a good time to buy. You could just buy it and then hold it all the way to maybe the next decade, who knows. Bitcoin can even reach 1 million US dollars. It's actually possible. So yeah, this is the update that I wanted to bring to you. So I felt like I had to share this with you so that you keep tabs on what is happening regarding this type of financial assets in the financial markets. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you again with the next one.